Hello and welcome to part 2 of my Moroccan series. Today we're going to be focusing on the lower body, so this is a really nice one to do after you practice the upper body video, which I will link below. To start with, we're going to get started in Paschimottanasana, so just extending your legs out in front, reaching your arms up above your head, and then exhale, forward fold from your hip crease. So take hold of what you can, either ankles, calves, sides of the feet. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen your chest forwards, and then exhale, forward fold, drop your head. And just start to breathe into the hamstrings. So particularly at the start of our practice, they might feel kind of tight. So just bear with yourself and feel free to bend your knees if you need, just like me. So a little micro bend is always preferable to protect the hamstrings. Take another inhale, lengthen, and exhale, find more space. 2 more deep breaths. Just beginning nice and gently. Good, and then slowly from here, lift your chest, squeeze your knees in, and start to hug the knees in, and then take your feet out so that they're nice and wide, and we'll come into our Malasana, our yogi squat. So pressing the palms towards one another, lengthening through your spine, and then perhaps you want to find some movement here. You can always take your hands onto the ground. If your heels are lifted, this is fine, and you can also take our yogi squat quite high up. So don't feel like you have to look the same as I do. As long as you can feel it in your hips, then that is a great place to be. Closing down the eyes here, and perhaps setting an intention for your practice. That might be as simple as to breathe for the next 10 or 15 minutes on your mat, or perhaps you want to set a more personal intention, or even devote your practice to someone who might need this positive energy. Lovely. From here we'll start to forward fold over our legs. So again, working on the hamstrings. Inhale, lengthen halfway, hands to shins, and then exhale, forward fold over the legs. You can come into your ragdoll now, so taking hold of each elbow, and again finding some movement, perhaps taking a nod of the head and a shake, perhaps fluttering the lips. Inhale, exhale, let go. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or to the mat, find length. Exhale, fold over your legs. 2 more times. Inhale like a wave, we move our spine forwards. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. 1 more time. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold over the legs and step your right foot back, followed by your left. So we're high up in our plank, we're doming between the shoulders and we're pressing the mat away. Gaze is forwards. Come a little higher on your tiptoes. And then from here, lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, slither forward, slow cobra, clip your elbows in. Exhale, take a child's pose. Inhale, come into your tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Breathing here for 3. Spreading the fingers as wide as you can. Pressing your heels down into the mat. If they don't touch the mat, absolutely fine. And try to draw your lower belly in to lengthen even more through the spine. Really wrap your underarms towards the side ribs, broaden between the shoulders, and take another deep breath here. Inhale, step your right foot forwards. The back heel is grounded as we rise into our crescent, into our warrior one. Arms either side of the ears. Sink into the front knee And keep drawing this left hip forwards as you draw the right hip back. Try to tuck through the tailbone and gaze forwards so that we're nice and long through the back of the neck. Lift the corners of your mouth. And then from here, we'll find our standing splits. So exhale, frame your front foot and lift the left leg towards the sky. So pointing through the left toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Option to stay here, or option to take one hand or both hands to the standing foot. Lovely. From here, we'll set the left toes to the back edge of the mat, and we'll find our low level lunge. So reaching the arms up above and opening up through the heart space. 2 more deep breaths here. 1 more big breath in. 1 more big breath out. From here, we'll slide our hips back and find our half splits. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, fold over the right leg. So again, just breathing into the hamstring. So focusing on the right hamstring, drawing the right hip back into its socket. From here, shift your weight forwards and we'll find a simple twist. So tucking the back toes, reaching the right arm to the sky, opening up through the heart. So drawing the right hand slightly backwards to open up through the chest. 1 more big breath, inhale. Exhale, set the back knee down and try to reach for the left foot. You can come onto the outer edge of the right foot if you need, and then again open up through the chest. Try to kick the left foot into your right hand to deepen the stretch. 1 more breath. Exhale, frame your front foot, step back, chaturanga if you're ready. Inhale, upward facing, open up through the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths in down dog, or feel free to drop the knees and take a child's pose, take rest. From here, we'll step our left foot forward. We'll ground through the back heel. Inhale, reach the arms overhead and find your warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1, softening through the shoulders, slight tuck in the chin. And then we're breathing here, really sinking into the hips. Drawing your navel in, we're nice and active through the core. Take another inhale. And on your exhale, find your standing splits. Right toes point towards the sky. Option to take one hand or both hands to the standing foot. And then on your exhale, sink the chest even deeper. Slowly from here, we'll step the right toes to the back edge of the mat and find our low level lunge, Anjanasana, opening up through the heart. Soften your shoulders, broaden through your collarbones, gaze up. And most importantly, breathe. Exhale, lower the hands, find your half splits as you slide your left hip back. Inhale, lift your chest halfway. Exhale, fold over the left leg. Again, breathing directly into that left hamstring. Using the breath to find more space here. Focusing on the lower body. Slowly shift your weight into the left foot. Press into the right palm as you reach the left arm up. We're tucking the back toes, the back knee is lifted, finding our simple twist. Again, opening up through the heart, spiraling through the chest. Gaze is upwards. One more deep breath, inhale. Exhale, drop the back knee. Option to come onto the outer edge of the left foot as you reach for your right toes. Option to kick the foot into the hand and use that to deepen your stretch. Again, we're opening up through the heart, rotating through the chest, and breathing into that nice quadricep stretch. You might feel it in your right hip flexor as well. And then slowly with control, release. Frame your front foot, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, gaze up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Amazing. Breathing for 3 deep breaths. Option to take rest if you need at any point. From here, we're going to step the left foot between the hands, and then we're going to spin towards the right side of our mat. So we're coming into Skandasana, hands to heart center, or you can place them on the ground. Again, if you need to be quite upright, feel free to take a slightly different variation. We don't always have to look the same. And if you can, press your hands to your heart center. Open up through the heart space, and then move over towards the right hand side, so with or without your hands. We'll do that a few more times, moving with breath. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. One more, inhale to the left, exhale to the right, and then slowly we'll place our hands down and we'll lower with control. Lovely. So we're at the back of the mat. We're going to place our right foot on top of our left, and we'll find our seated pigeon. So flexing through the right foot, puffing up through your chest, and breathe into the right hip, the right glute. You can use the left leg as a lever to deepen your stretch. Perhaps closing the eyes here. Just opening up through the lower body, the lower hip, the lower glutes. Good, and then slowly lower the left leg. Slide your right foot to the inseam of your left leg. Option to take a block underneath the right knee if it's quite lifted. Inhale, sweep your arms up above. Exhale, fold over your left leg, Janushasana. Inhale, make space. Exhale, fold even deeper. Taking a few more slow, conscious breaths here. Walking your hands in, taking both legs out in front. Again, maybe taking some windscreen wipers of the knees, just finding some movement, and then gently stacking your left foot over top of your right thigh. So again, finding our seated pigeon, you can use this right foot as a lever to deepen your stretch. And then inhale, puff up your chest, shoulders are moving backwards. Exhale, option to close the eyes. Breathing into the left hip, the left glute. Releasing any tension in that area. Coming back to your intention or your devotee. Slowly sliding the right foot forwards, taking the sole of the left foot to the inseam of the right thigh. Option to take a block underneath the left knee. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold over the right leg. Again, use your breath to deepen the pose. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold in. Finding stillness, finding a sense of quietness in the mind. Just enjoying this nice slow stretch. And then slowly walking the hands in, coming into a comfortable seated position. Taking the arms up above. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Finishing our practice with one big cleansing breath together. Inhale and exhale through the mouth, let it go.